Starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. First for the Thunder, Russell Westbrook out there with Reggie Jackson. And in the paint, holding down the pivot, a physical and bruising big man at 6'10". Big Perk, Kendrick Perkins. And it's Durant, and it's Ibaka in at the 4 slot. And then for Memphis, Conley out there with Lee. And at the center position, an impressive combination of size and skill. The 7'1" Spaniard, Marc Gasol. And there's Carter. And it's Randolph in at the 4 spot.
He's pretty fun to watch, Kevin, because of his ability to adjust his shot in midair. It just seems like he can hang there longer than the defender can, and that allows him the time to get that shot out.
And don't forget now, a walking highlight reel every time he steps on the court. His flair for the dramatic makes him worth the price of admission all by himself. You know, with the recent success of Oklahoma City, you forget that in Kevin Durant's first season, they started out going 3-29, and I tell you what, you talk about their success, it's due to the resilience and perseverance and leadership of Kevin Durant and the rest of those guys.
They get it again. Carter kicks to Lee. Lets the 3 fly. Cannot hit. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Now let's send it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Scott Brooks.
He brought up Marc Gasol, a kind of sleeper player he thinks could give them trouble. Coach said he's a guy 7 foot plus, who's very skilled, can shoot and finish over either shoulder, and he doesn't shy away from contact. He's a guy you have to really pay attention to. And I've told our guys, we can't let him have a big game. Fellas, we'll see how they do against him.
Thanks, Doris. Well, there is a culture of hard work, as Clark was talking about, and the perseverance for this Oklahoma City Thunder organization. Their star players, Steve, get a lot of credit, but it's the whole organization, don't you think?
No question. It's the culture that was set. Scott Brooks has continued to kind of establish that atmosphere in the locker room. And they have players who just want to work and want to get better. And when you have a large group of people all with that same approach, you're going to be very successful.
It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Jackson. Lee with the block. And they get it back. And that one's good. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Makes the lead pass. Good. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball.
Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky. You know, last season a mid-level signee by the Celtics. Competes at the defensive end. Offensively, he's a good shooter with his feet set from long range. And really kind of likes the corner pocket three-pointers.
Now Carter after the missed 3 from Lee. Carter dishes to Conley. From outside, off the mark. The Thunder have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
And for Courtney Lee, probably his best shots is that 3-pointer.
Yeah, I think so. You know, he's a guy who can get out in transition and finish at the rim, but he's got a career 3-point average of about 38%. So look for him to be even more aggressive firing away out there.
And here's Westbrook. Michael Conley getting his 3 to go. Perkins against Gasol. Perkins the pass to Westbrook. 6 to shoot. They get a hand on it. That drive by Carter.
Oh, man, that was unreal. Mark it up. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
So here's Westbrook following the score by Memphis. Fast break. Here they come. He lobs it up.
Looky here, looky here. How about that play? Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook for future reference.
Perfectly done. He put it on a platter for him.
He sure did. And how about the touch on the finish, too? That was really nicely done.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
And the Thunder with some changes. Adams, he's checked in for Perkins. And Nick Collison subbed in for Serge Ibaka. Collison with it. Zach Randolph covering. Durant for three. Can't get it to go. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. And the basket by Collison. Here's Kufis. Lee outside. He passes to Conley. Memphis moving that ball around. Prince backing him down. Count the bucket.
Boy, he just battled through that initial impact and somehow willed it in.
Excellent concentration. That's what you like to see.
And the Thunder making a switch here.
You know, the talk around the Grizzlies about moving has been around for a while, but a new ownership group came in and put that to rest. And one of the first things they did after buying the team was say, hey, the Grizzlies are here for at least 15 years.
And Adams kicks to Lamb. Just two to shoot. Morrow. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Payne Udrich, he's checked in for Mike Conley. Memphis leading by 8. Pass to Stokes. Poked away, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And as a fan of the Grizzlies and as a fan of the NBA, you like hearing that the Grizzlies being tagged to stay in Memphis for another decade and a half, Steve. That's good news for everybody.
Yeah, it is. This is a great city, a fan base that really supports its team, and the Grizzlies have turned into an excellent franchise. So let's hope that there's another couple of successful decades at least here in Memphis for the Grizzlies.
It's stolen by Jones. And the Thunder pushing it up now and leading the charge.
Well, that's the easiest opportunity an offense can get off a steal.
Exactly. No defense for that.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Memphis.
Boy, great hustle defensively through 2 quarters of play, contesting everything, starting to rack up those block shots, guys.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Well, their plan of attack has been pretty clear to see. You get the ball inside and just take it strong to the hoop. Be dominant in the lane.
Well, the defense has been very slow to adjust. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Here's Morrow, and it's blocked by Stokes.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
It's taken away by Collison. Drive by Adams. That drops. Adams has got his first points in this one. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Here's Kufis, and that one is stuffed right through. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Here's Morrow. Adams, defended by Kufis. Tries from 10. The shot is good off the backboard. Adams has got his second basket.
You know, Kevin, he's not always looking to put up big numbers, but he's doing a nice job here.
It's stolen by Adams. Now the fast break. Lamb with the ball. That's good.
Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yeah, you got that right.
It's blocked. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Grizzlies. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Well, the thing they tried to establish right away was the presence down low. You look at the points in the paint. I think that's been the difference.
Yeah, and I like the fact, Steve, that they're not settling for the outside shots. I mean, go in there and get what you want. Keep attacking the rim.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Guys, for Dave Yeager, the new Grizzlies head coach, 6 seasons with them as an assistant. Before that, he won 5 titles coaching in the minor leagues. Yeager said, quote, "This is a blue-collar town, and I'm a blue-collar guy. I came up the hard way. I came up through the minor leagues. This is something I've been preparing for a long time. Guys," he says, he knows how to win. We'll see how he does.
Thanks, Doris. That confidence has certainly served him well.
Won't happen right away, but Jeremy Lamb has all the tools, I think, to be a fantastic defender at the NBA level. Young players oftentimes take a couple of years to figure it out defensively, but he's got everything he needs to be elite at that end.
Vince Carter, he's checked in for Memphis. Now here's Jackson. He dishes it to Lamb. Puts up a three. Oklahoma City gets it back. On the wing, Jackson. He's guarded by Udrih. And stolen by Udrih. Rebounded by Jackson. And Jeremy Lamb, a 6'11" wingspan for this kid. He's shown promise offensively as well.
Very smooth with that jump shot. He can finish big time when he gets to the rim. Still young and paying his dues, but you got to love his upside. A lot of potential.
Here's Adams following the basket by Jeremy Lamb. Such a wide open look. Prince has got 5. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Thunder trailing by 7. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Cannot hit. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. They've led by as much as 10.
Well, for the Grizzlies, the 5th best record in the league last season, guys. Defeated the Clippers and the Thunder in the playoffs, but it all came to a crashing in when the Spurs swept them in the conference final.
Sharp pass to give his teammate the high percentage shot in close.
And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Carter outside. Kicks it out to Prince. Off target with the open look. Well, and back in that series that Clark was talking about against the Spurs, more competitive than it might seem. Steve, you and I were talking about this. 3 of the 4 games were close. In fact, 2 obviously really close, going to overtime.
But I thought the weakness of Memphis was really exposed, Kevin, and that was the outside shooting. San Antonio just guarded the paint. They took Zach Randolph pretty much out of the series, and they begged Memphis to shoot from long range. And when you don't have floor spacing in the playoffs, it makes it awfully tough to score.
That drive by Carter.
You know, with so many high hopes, the Thunder seem to be everybody's pick to make it to the finals once again. They were so dominant throughout the regular season. Many thought it was a foregone conclusion, but the injury to Russell Westbrook kind of sidetracked all of that.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Perkins is checked in, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
And not a good idea throwing the ball down the court that far.
Memphis leading by 5. Lee dishes to Carter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Carter's got 15. And back to the Thunder in the postseason. They did well to get by the Rockets after Westbrook injured his knee. But, Steve, they just didn't have the same dynamic punch when they later faced the Grizzlies. Ended up getting bounced out in the second round.
Well, it was a tough matchup for them because the Grizzlies are so good defensively. And when you take Westbrook out of the lineup, all of a sudden it changes everything. I thought Oklahoma City battled, but they just didn't have enough firepower without their point guard.
Now Westbrook, after the missed 3 from Jackson. Ibaka sets the pick for Westbrook. Feeds it to Jackson. Tries to save it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. Franklin's checked in for Memphis. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's Randolph, gets the bucket, and the Grizzlies lead by 9.
Sloppy defense there. You can't let him get the ball in his hands down there.
Well, when he does, that's an automatic bucket.
Conley gets the bucket.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's almost going to make good on that.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
You know, last season, the Thunder marched their way to the top seed in the West and spent most of the season battling for that top spot with San Antonio, and it was the Thunder's play on the road that was the big difference between the two.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Guys, Serge Ibaka was drafted as a raw prospect back in 2008, but over time, his jump shot has really developed. Coach Brooks said he's one of the best pop guys in the league at that position. A 17-footer, I would probably take that shot over anybody on our team. Guys, Ibaka said with all the attention that Westbrook and Durant draw, the team needs someone else to step up. He's trying to be that guy for his teammates.
He's certainly is. Thanks, Doris.
Well, we know how talented he is. It's just a question of how good can he become if he continues to put the work in.
You know, another note on the Thunder and the road dominance, you're always going to have to be fantastic on the road if you want to win in the West. And the Thunder, Steve, clearly the best in the West on the road.
Yeah, 26 wins for them, 2 more than the next few teams in the conference. And the only team that had more road wins than them on the year in the NBA was the Heat. So just a terrific season for the Thunder, both at home and on the road. Of course, kind of got derailed by the Westbrook injury in the playoffs.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him. You know, he can be a little awkward with the ball sometimes when it's in his hands, but not that time.
Why do you think it is we don't see more of those out of him, Steve?
I don't know. I mean, he's certainly got the size. He just lacks the confidence, I think, sometimes near the basket.
And so here is Oklahoma City following the score by Memphis. Westbrook, no good. 44 seconds left here in the second. Conley gets the bucket.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Rufus is checked in.
Kevin Durant is one of the most laid-back and easy-going guys you'll meet in the NBA, but don't be fooled. He's as fiery a competitor on the court as anyone else in the league. He's a superstar because he has the talent, but also the drive.
Adams, he's checked in for Serge Ibaka.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Conley, the pass to Kufis. Adams on him. Here's Kufis, defended by Adams. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
Well, this is what you have to do when you're trailing. You've got to attack, be aggressive, and get to that foul line.
And perhaps cause some foul trouble along the way. I mean, that can have a big impact down the road.
Conley kicks to Randall. Conley. There's Lee with the 3. No good on the buzzer beater. That'll do it for the first half. Grizzlies.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Coming to you from
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
What a great game for Vince Carter in this one. 15 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And that may not be the first thing people notice about his performance, but those are important points nonetheless.
The Grizzlies focused on trying to get more bang for their buck in terms of what they were paying guys, and the first shoe to drop was the trade of Rudy Gay. Just didn't want to commit to that big contract. Thought they could do a better job spreading that kind of money out over more players.
And here is Durant. Michael Conley getting his 3 to go. Missed inside. Lee outside. Shoots the 3. And the rebound goes to Perkins. And for small market teams like the Grizzlies, that is something they have definitely always got to be considering. Are we using our cap space, Steve, to the best of our ability?
I think for the most part they were, but they just didn't feel that Rudy Gay was a long-term solution. So when the trade opportunity came about, they decided to free themselves up of a long-term financial commitment and give themselves more options in terms of personnel moving forward. You look back to that 2008 draft, the then Sonics, now Thunder, took Westbrook at the 4 spot, and a lot of people thought that was a reach, but tell you what, you redo the draft right now, and he has a legitimate case of being the number 1 pick.
He's off on the second. Memphis leading by 17. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Really poor decision on that pass.
And here now the Thunder. That's tipped. Outside Jackson. Now the pass to Durant. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Foolish play. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there while he's playing.
Well, the lead's only going to get bigger unless they show up those mistakes. They got to tighten things up here.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Gasol dishes to Lee. Poked loose. Stolen by Westbrook. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D. It was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Well, back to that 2008 draft, Westbrook had played kind of a combo guard at UCLA, and there were some questions, I think, among a lot of scouts and personnel guys' minds about his ability to become a full-time point guard.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I think you always have to look at players, not just for what they might become, but what are they when they get to you. And Russell was a guy who was athletic, aggressive, hungry to get better. And when you've got those attributes in his athleticism, you're going to be a difference maker in the league, and he's proven that to be the case.
And here's Jackson. Vince Carter getting it to go from deep. Gasol with the defensive effort.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area they just can't afford to get lazy with.
You know, I think the effort's been there, Steve, but they're still getting outworked just by a skosh.
The drive by Randolph.
Well, you look at Zach Randolph, and he doesn't have the typical body of a dominant power forward. But regardless of what his body looks like, you can't deny how hard he works on his game and conditioning during the season and during the offseason. You know, he's a hard worker, and that's part of why Memphis has really embraced him. They love Zach Randolph and what he represents because they can relate to that grinded-out mentality he has.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Allen for three. Shot is off. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Here's Morrow. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Morrow's got 8. Well, Clark, you mentioned Randolph's condition. Last season, he changed his pregame routine. Started lifting weights before every game.
Said it gave him a little more bounce in his stride, and something was working. He led the league in offensive boards last season.
That's one of the toughest shots in basketball, Kevin. It's so tricky to get the soft touch and the accuracy when you're flying to the basket.
Now here's Prince. 5 points in the game, and that one's good. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
You know, you look over at how tough the West has been over the last decade or so, and my, you've never seen a team dominate that conference the way the Thunder did last year. They were on the roll.
Well, something special about him, guys, is just how good he is at winning the so-called second shot game, going hard to the offensive glass, salvaging points with his putbacks.
And something else he does that might not wind up in the stat sheet, but is still a big part of his game, his leadership defensively. Collectively, they're a much better team when he's on the floor.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. The record for the Thunder against the West, 39-13. Just numbers that you never really see for a team playing against what is always, Steve, a very tough Western Conference.
Well, just to give you an idea of how good the Thunder were in the West last year, I mean, you'd have to go all the way back to the 08-09 season to find another club that had more than 39 wins against the West. That was the 09 Lakers, of course, who went on to win it all. Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
Thunder trailing by 15. Durant, the pass to Westbrook. On the wing, Jones. From the baseline. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 4th assist in this one. Allen with it. Guarded now by Durant. Prince misses. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Blocked. We've got 1:13 left in the third. Udrich can't hit.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
All sorts of time. Gets it to go. Morrow's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game. Well, in many ways, the Grizzlies aren't like most teams out west. They don't try to overpower you with offense, and they don't have a superstar to lean on for big baskets at the end, but they still know how to get wins in the tough Western Conference.
And the Thunder making a change here. Now the Thunder with it. They're on a 13-5 run here. Jackson kicks to Durant. The feed to Ibaka. The Thunder have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. And the first one drops. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Adams, he's checked in for Lee. And it's Conley in for Udrih. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And it's Conley penetrating. Adams, the pass to Conley. Memphis moving that ball around. And another miss by Memphis. And when they did last year, Memphis would go 56-26 overall. And Steve, with 34 of those wins courtesy of other teams in the Western Conference.
Well, they didn't seem to play like a lot of the other teams in the West, but it didn't matter. I mean, defense, toughness, rebounding, they were who they were. They established their identity, and that's one of the reasons they became such a tough team in that conference.
Here's Stokes. This is his first free throw of the game. The first free throw is good. And the Thunder making a switch here. Both free throws good from Stokes. 9 seconds left to play here in the third. Lamb dishes to Jackson. And it's blocked by Stokes. He got it up. And no good trying to get that one. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
Man, they keep piling up the assists, guys. Great ball movement.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively, and they've been turning those turnovers into points. They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Now here's Jackson. And here's Durant. Just 5 to shoot. Hits it from three-point range.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Of course, they have to stay hot. But if they do, I think you're right, Bud. Particularly if they can convert defense into offense. They've been so efficient in the paint in this game. That's an area they've totally dominated.
You know, once they ID'd the edge they had inside, they just continue to attack it.
Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Adams. Now here's Durant. He feeds it to Westbrook. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time living that one down later when they watch it on tape.
And the Grizzlies leading by 15. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Here's Prince, and he slams it one-handed.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They've really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection, smart shot selection. They've been very patient on offense.
The offensive rebound. Shot's good.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Nick Collison's checked in for the Thunder.
Steven Adams, originally from New Zealand. He's of English and Tongan descent. You don't hear that often in the NBA. Just played 1 year of collegiate basketball at Pitt, but kind of a raw prospect with a lot of ability. Very athletic, good size, and a really high-character person.
The 10-footer, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And that's 13 points for Zach Randolph. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And Steven Adams, a little bit of an unknown, but certainly has upside.
Well, here we go again. 7 feet tall with a 7'5" wingspan and pretty good athleticism, qualities you like. Also impressed teams with his shooting at the combine. A big guy that has some length, mobility, and can shoot. That's somebody you got to take a look at.
And it's Westbrook missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Gasol. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
And it's Conley that time on the assist by Gasol. Gasol's got 3 assists now in this one.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
Westbrook hits from the high post. Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Well, he wants to get everybody on the same wavelength, that's for sure. And he may change up some things here as well.
Looks to me like he saw something that wasn't on the plan and picked now as the time to address it. I don't have a problem with that.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for Oklahoma City. Now here's Allen. Durant with the steal. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
And the basket by Jackson.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Conley kicks to Allen. Puts up a three. The Grizzlies with another miss. Thunder trailing by 15. Pass to Jackson. Here's Adams. It's rebounded by Memphis. Randolph's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Allen passes to Gasol. Conley guarded by Jackson. Memphis moving that ball around. But they'll get another chance. Here's Prince.
What a game we've seen here for Prince. He has 9 points and 1 rejection in this game, too.
And it was a good one, too. Really one of the highlights, I thought, of the game defensively.
Well, this team does not waste opportunities at the foul line. They make the opponents pay when they foul them. If they get sent to the line, they're cashing in.
And Durant, here we go, somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Kicks it out to Allen. Stolen by Jackson. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. And it's blocked by Conley. Allen inside. Guarded by Jackson. Soft touch off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 17. Pass to Durant. No one near him. They grabbed their own miss. The kick out to Westbrook. Left side Durant. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Randolph. Allen dishes to Prince. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Thunder trailing by 17. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far to say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk.
I can feel that.
Send a message.
Yes, sir. A message and put it on the highlight reel for later.
Westbrook finished off the break. Westbrook's got 4 points this quarter.
It hasn't happened as quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game.
Stolen by Jackson. And the Thunder pushing it up now. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
It's interesting. They're like a different team now. Suddenly, they got energy.
You know, it's not going to change anything, though, other than to make their losing margin a little more respectable.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Here's Jackson after the made shot from Zach Randolph. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Can you hear the crowd kind of murmuring? I don't think they agreed with the officials on that one.
Steve, I tell you what, they're really letting them have it.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. There's the foul. It's on Jeremy Lamb. That'll be his second foul of the game.
What a great play to sacrifice his body and take the hit.
Yeah, I thought that was excellent awareness and anticipation to beat him to the spot there.
And Adams kicks to Carter. It's taken away by Collison. And now Jones running the floor all by himself.
Boy, that was a massive sequence of events there. Absolutely clutch defense to trigger the break.
And we've seen games decided on plays, Clark, just like that.
Effort and hustle plays often are big plays for a team.
Yeah, what a time to blow up a play and then turn it into a slam at the other end. Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. There's 21 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Teardrop shot, but they recover it. Number 33. That one goes. Count it.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Tipped away. Adams, the pass to Carter. So it's Memphis picking up the win. Both teams played well, but these guys